What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve. Welcome back to another video. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. We got something today that we really gonna talk about, and I'll apologize. I'll try to keep my emotions in check, but I want to talk about something that's really pissing me off, and it's the situation of what Dr. Umar Johnson said about Deion Sanders, black celebrities, and just the whole dynamic of what's owed to us as black folk once we make it to a certain level, you know. And somebody got to address this, man. This stuff is out of control. Dr. Umar be sounding stupid, and nobody really say nothing about it. You know, just because you got the moniker doctor in front of your name don't mean you the sum total of all knowledge. Especially you be speaking on stuff you ain't even experienced or known. And it's crazy. Anyway, let me get in this video. I'll explain everything later. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson yesterday is posted he was at the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. I don't really keep up with the show like that. But he said Deion Sanders was wrong. Now that's his opinion. I expect a lot of backlash, but honestly, I don't even think this dude even played sports before. And I'm gonna tell you why later on. That's one point. I don't think he played sports. And he was saying, like I said, he was saying that Deion Sanders was wrong. Look at the reasons he said this, y'all. This is another reason why I know he don't watch sports or anything like that. He just riding a wave about what makes sense to him, and he can get some exposure off of it. First thing he said was this: Deion Sanders used the students, the whole HBCU, the faculty, everybody else to show a white college that he could coach college football. Okay, let me explain something to you. That man could have went to any school. He from Florida. He could have went to Bethune-Cookman. That's in that area. He could have went to Florida A&M. He could have went anywhere. The man chose a HBCU. He chose Jackson State. I don't know if they reached out to him or whatever, but there was mutual interest. He went there. He went there, stayed for 3 years. Things didn't go bad. He left. In 3 years of him working in the HBCU, and their record increased, because y'all remember Jackson State wasn't doing too well before he got there. They wasn't doing too well before he got there. He came and made a difference. But I mean, every time his coaching hires is usually because the team's not doing bad, so it ain't nothing against the university. But he got there, everything worked out. They took off. It was good for the city of Mississippi. Got to give it to him. Good for the city of, the city of Jackson. Man, I'm out of it today. And the state of Mississippi. You know what I mean? For what that man did, regardless of the controversy of if you feel that he left or he shouldn't have left, he did good things, man. He put Mississippi on the map. He laid down somewhat of a blueprint. You know, the AD that's there was walking hand in hand with him, so he got knowledge from him too. It ain't like he just came there, was closed mouth, under a lot of smoke and mirrors, things just appeared. He was transparent. People seen what he did. So they know what to do. They got the inside hand because they was right there with him. So, I mean, they did get something from it. But another thing is this, like the reason why I'm bringing this up, he's saying that he was wrong for leaving Jackson State, right? Then he says, now this is him talking. This is why I say he don't know nothing about sports. He just talking just to be talking. He said he personally, Dr. Umar Johnson, he thought he was at Jackson State to start a movement. He never told you that. I thought he was there to start a movement. You know, I be talking all stupid. I thought he was there to start a movement. I foresaw a scenario of Deion Sanders. Look, this is how you know what the fuck you're talking about. Deion Sanders hiring other NFL greats to go coach other HBCUs. How the fuck he gonna hire somebody else at a school he ain't at? But I mean, I think it's a misnomer. He spoke falsely. He didn't know he said that. Sometimes we make mistakes. I'm just shooting these things live. I'll be saying some stuff that be crazy on here too. But he meant to say he thought by him taking off in the HBCU, Jackson State, other NFL greats would come behind him, or he would mention it to them and they would come. That's not always the case. And that was your opinion. That's you thinking like that, not him. That man got to think family first. Okay, I ain't never coached college football. Let me get in here and see what I can do and concentrate. A lot of people don't understand, when you're a coach, you're responsible for over 100 kids. You got to make sure they do what they're doing. Their grades is up. They going to, they following curfews on road trips. They're not getting in trouble and all that stuff. He ain't got time to be doing all that. It's funny how, like, us as black folks, sometimes we sit around here and we act like we got all the answers to a job we never done. Don't nobody know what that man was going through or what his job entailed. Like I said yesterday in my other video, a lot of us think from a fan's perspective. Fans are emotional. Fans don't know shit. They only see what's on the field and a delusion of grandeur when we winning and signs of depression when we losing. This is not even his field to be talking in. It's not. It makes no sense. You saw him bringing all these athletes. Listen, if that was the case, it'd be a lot more. Soon as he left, here come another one lined up. If that was his hot position like that. Now, regardless of what I said in the video yesterday, and I got a lot of backlash, but I got a lot of comments, and you guys were going back and forth. So that's kudos to y'all. I give you respect, because that's what we need on a lot of these YouTube channels. We need a lot of dialect. And what's good about dropping a comment, you get to drop the comment without nobody interrupting you. You know how it is, us as a people, especially when we get into a heated debate. We get to arguing and trying to overtalk each other and trying to be heard. Comments is good, man, whether they positive or negative. I appreciate it. Bringing up, raising of the voice. You supposed to be a, Dr. Umar, you supposed to be a professor of psychology, right? The human mind, study the human mind and all that. When you was up there on that show yesterday, you screaming like some dude in the street. You wouldn't even let Charlemagne, who was going back and forth with you, talk. If you study in the mind and all that, you know why people yell and be overreacted, because they want to be heard or they wrong in their statement. You was doing that. You should have been the quietest, calmest dude on there and had your answers lined up, because you knew you was going on that show. Because you would have been psychologically ready. Instead, you just joked on there and act like you was in the barbershop just going off. Yeah, I'm going to get him. You ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. That shit look colorful in front of other people. Like you. You sound smart in front of people that have not studied what you studied. Everything around you when you talk is goofiness. And you might come with some statistics and all that and talk fast. Some people fall for that. Come on, man. You need to just shut your fucking mouth. For real. And this ain't got nothing to do with you being black. It ain't got nothing to do with you know what you said. You know, as far as things in the past. You just got a history of just being out there. Talking when you don't even make sense. Third thing he said. He blames black men for not being men. In other words, what Deion Sanders did was not a man, it was an unmanly move. Okay, what did he do that was unmanly? Umar, what did he do? Take a better job for his family? Elevate his career in coaching? Put himself in a better position in life as he continues to move forward in his journey to the grave? What did he do? What did he do that was wrong? Then he says, oh, and this is the one that messed me up. Oh, well, hold on, let me say this. Charlemagne asked him, hey man, why are HBCUs so underfunded? It's the black celebrities' faults. It's this, it's that. Oh, we need to come together. They always pick money over anything, over the movement. Listen, everybody ain't with the same movement you with. You sitting up here, I'm the prince of Pan-Africanism and all that stuff. A lot of black people don't even know what Pan-Africanism is. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this. I don't see you donating to them schools right now. I ain't see you fly down there. I mean, you always on the road. I ain't see you fly down there and speak at J-State to console everybody. Oh, this is a perfect example of this. I ain't seen you reach out to Deion Sanders and say nothing to him at all. You would have called him. That shit be funny as hell. Yeah. Yeah, this is Deion. Peace, my African brother. This is Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, Deion, you're not gonna kiss ass first. Deion, you a hell of a guy. You just, I respect you, but why did you leave? Thanks for the compliment. Hey, do me a favor, Dr. Umar Johnson. Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. Sound dumb. That ain't even your fight. He ain't do nothing bad. He didn't. If he let some kids down, I understand you could say that he let some children down. But the thing is this. You can't go back on it. And whether he was right or wrong in that situation, which I think he wasn't wrong. I mean, you gotta elevate in life, man. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna be at the same job they started when they was a kid. Very, very, very rarely does that happen. And I'm all for anybody, don't matter what color you are, to elevate your life. Bottom line is this: he was a football coach. His job was to go there and coach football, not change the world. Got a better opportunity, he left. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. Say he didn't take that job and he stayed there. And the problems that supposedly persist between him and the university came to a head, and next year they let him go. Oh, Deion, we'll get somebody else. You think he can go back to Colorado and get that job? Nah, they done hired somebody else. Don't matter if the school is, like he said, the school super white. So the fuck what? It's an opportunity to coach. They need help. They need a good coach. And the thing that's messed up is this. Jackson State, I think part of it, Jackson State didn't really appreciate him. You know, part of it is they probably got used to it with what he was doing and expected him to do that all the time. You know, we do that to each other all the time. You can give somebody money and then next time tell them no, they ready to cut your throat. You know that? Shoot. Your loyalty is as long as the length of your arm sometimes when dealing with our people. And I'm keeping it real. Motherfucker turn on you at the drop of a hat. Watch this. Fuck y'all. See? That's how it go. Dr. Umar Johnson just be talking to be talking. He don't know nothing about no sports. If it's one thing, football is like a lot like life, and that's why I love it so much. The field is like life. Your position is like your responsibilities in life. Depending on what position you play, you have a certain job, but you have to work as a team. Team is society. And the way football is, it say a lot about who you are when you on that field. You could talk a lot of shit from the sidelines. You could talk a lot of shit. I'll do this when I'm in the game. I'll do that. But when your number's called and you on that fucking field, if you don't know the assignments and your responsibilities, guess what? You fucked the play up. And all eyes are on you because everybody can see it. You ain't never been on the fucking field. You sitting up here, they ask him, hey, with that being said, all the stuff you said about Deion and HBCUs and how nobody's contributing, Charlamagne said, how much you gonna contribute today in HBCUs? Because this nigga say, oh, I'm building 2 schools over there right now. I ain't got no money. I ain't no multi-millionaire. To stay the fuck out of their business. Don't talk like you in the same room as multi-millionaires and you sitting up there knowing the executive decisions that they make and you got access to the money. Shut the fuck up. It's always people that don't have money telling other motherfucking people of color what they need to do with their money. Why the fuck we like that? Look. Oh. I built my business, right? Successful business. Things cost what they cost. For me to be operational, I have to charge a certain thing. I do a certain type of work, good work, that dictates what my price is. I go to non-black clients who contact me, don't even haggle with the price. They know I do quality work. They meet me up close. They see I know my shit. They see examples of my work in the portfolio I show them. Damn, now I see why he charged so much. Okay, how much for this? A lot of them don't even ask the price. I just write it. Boom, this is what it is. Turn it around to them, sit there and be quiet. It's not on me, it's on you. The executive decision is on you. How much is it? I mean, I give it to them. They pay or they don't. And that's how it's like. If you like it or you don't. But things are what they are. Let me go to non-black clients. I give you a perfect example yesterday why I didn't make this video yesterday. Last night I had a meeting with a client. Black guy. Says, hey, how much to set this up and set that up, right? Come over there, I look at him, I tell him what I can do, right? It costs how this much. You know what this motherfucker did to me? Now, it's my people. This is our people. Motherfucker did just like this to me. He sat there, he had his hat to the side. I told him how much it's gonna be. He gonna stand there and do like this with his mouth. Baby girl, his wife over there. Yeah, what the Chinese say they're gonna pay. Right, just like that. Just credit me. Chinese gave him a price. When they say that, he gonna look at me and go, like I'm trying to shit on him. My man, if they gave you the price, by all means, go. Because right now, you already letting me know that me and you ain't gonna get along in the future because you already have this trust in your heart because I'm black. You know what I mean? And he told me, hey man, you know, I don't measure. We both black. That's what you gonna charge me? You gonna charge me like you charge everybody else? Yeah, because I'm doing the same work as I do for everybody else. Can't win for losing when it did with our people, man. Listen, everybody got their own lane. Carve your lane, stay in it. For real, carve your lane and stay in it. I learned something a long time ago. Just because somebody got the same jersey as you, it don't mean they on your team. Let that sink in, for real. For real, and we see that every day with the way we do each other. We are our own worst enemy and self-exterminator. We are. Getting back to this, man, I'm going off. Let's say Deion Sanders. He chose money over the movement. He never said he was in a movement. And what is the movement? What is the movement where it doesn't make money relevant? You wouldn't have built that fucking school if it wasn't for people giving you money. You wouldn't have did it if you got donations and all this other stuff. And then you talking about you having problems raising money with the school and all this stuff. I try to stay away from it, but I gotta say this. You have problems. Listen, if you're building any institution of education in the United States with viable paperwork, the government will give you money. Somebody tell me I'm lying. A lot of shit he say don't make sense. You've been building a school for 20 years now. Where the fuck is it at? Now you gonna say, oh, I got a building. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. We're gonna open in February. Who the fuck opened the school in February? So people gonna take their kids out of the school they in and put them in your school. Fuck out of here. I'm a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass. Family say they don't know you, fam. They don't know you. You look dumb. Oh, I'm related to the third cousin, eighth aunt, 27th removed. Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, look, I can't take it. I'm getting off of this clown. But listen, last thing I'm going to say in closing. He's going to say, him staying there 3 years at that college was not a commitment. 3 years of your life is a commitment in anything. What about people that's in prison for 3 years? You think they come out and the world didn't spin? Bottom line is this, guys. And I'm going to catch hell on this. I don't even care. The bottom line is this. Do what's right for you. My video is about personal finance, stock market investing. I'm sitting up here talking about this because I felt as though I had to say that. But, you know, do what's right for you. everybody's journey is different. You know, your journey is different than mine. My journey is different than his. His journey is different than somebody else's. When you hear people like this talk, that shit is not no benefit for us as a people. That right there, what he do, I don't feel it at all. I don't see nothing he say besides quoting statistics and running around here with a title. I never see him doing anything. He talk a lot of shit, but he don't do nothing. You sitting up here talking about you don't approve of interracial marriages and all this other stuff, and the African man and all of this kings and queens, sea moss shea butter bullshit. That's cool. And the thing that's funny is a lot of us went through that wanting to find our blackness when we was younger. Here you is damn near 50 years old. You might be 50 years old up there with me, and you still on that fucking same platform because there's people willing to listen to that bullshit. What the Bible say, faith without works? Bro, you trying to be relevant. Sit your dumb ass down. But listen, in closing, man, always like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get this thing going with these comments, man. Leave me comments. If you agree with me, man, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you disagree, that's all right too. But I mean, as long as we keep our mouth shut, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna change. Y'all guys be good, man. Have a good weekend.